welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. So, the boat got fixed on the off season, so we should have no problems with the boat overheating. We should be able to leave the dock. It's gonna be fine, okay? And we are in, well, I think a lot of us say Ibiza, but according to Glenn, it's Ibiza. You don't say Ibiza, you say Ibiza. I refuse. I'm saying Ibiza. I don't know about anybody else. If you want to say Ibiza, that is fine. But I see Z, so I'm going to say Ibiza. And I understand you don't say Z, you say the, but, well, yeah, okay. Anyways, Ibiza. So, as you know, we got Gary back and we got Daisy back. And this is going to be an interesting situation between the two of them. Daisy is not thrilled to be working with Gary this season after last season. We're going to get into it when we do, okay? We're going to get into a little bit of this one a little bit. So, we have Cloyce, like Rolls Royce. Cloyce, who is the chef. He is only 22. He's very young. We have Davide, so it's not David, it's Davide, who apparently knows Gary. He says that they've gone on, like they've partied together a lot. So he's the engineer, he's our new engineer. And he is the unfortunate one, who's going to be bunking with Captain Glenn. Then we have Danny, who is one of our stews. She's from South Africa, but she lives in Australia. We have Keith, who's a decky, who is born and raised in Australia. We have, now, she pronounced it Deanna, but it's spelled Diana, but it's Deanna, according to her. She's another stew. And I have to definitely write her name Deanna, because I will not say it correct if I don't. Anyway, Cloyce tells Daisy, let's try to avoid getting different orders, which is how it usually goes. She explains anyway. This is important for what happens a little later, but he does not, so he kind of talks about his age here. And Daisy says that he doesn't have a lot of life experience, much less experience doing this. But for him, he says that he prefers older women. So I think he'd fit in perfectly in like a MILF Manor type situation. Anyways, we'll see you there, sir. And Daisy takes a chance. No, this is what happened. So they have a meeting, the group meeting with Glenn, about kind of the season and, how to go through things with the season and how to handle, hierarchy and everything like that. And Daisy takes this opportunity to basically say, listen, exterior, you're going to need to help interior. And Gary is like, for fuck's sakes. So it begins, and it's barely begun. And anyway, so we have, I think her name is Emma, and she's only been doing this for a year. She's like 34, 35, and Daisy is not going to be doing any rank. Again, she didn't do rank last time either. She's not going to be doing any rank this time around. She's like, why fix something that isn't broken? So the Aussie decky, whose name I don't remember, Keith, is that it? Anyway, yep, it's him. He is actually American born. He was born in America, so he wasn't born and raised in Aussie. He was born in America and raised in Aussie. So we have the preference sheet meeting. It's a little awkward between Daisy and Gary. I would say this because this is important. They want surf and turf, these people who will be on. And they also want to have like some pole dancing type situation. Anyways, we some of the names of these people who are going to be on the show, we have a Contessa, and a Mona Lisa. What the who named these people? These can't be their real names. I'm sorry. It can't. It can't. Especially Mona Lisa. Maybe Contessa. Maybe. But Mona Lisa. Anyway. And we find out that one of them, who is named Hakeem, is the nephew of Bobby Brown. Okay? It's his prerogative. I guess whatever, that was weak. Anyways, so Daisy and Gary have a conversation, and this is where I get a little frustrated with Daisy. She goes off on him about not being there after the breakup with Colin. And he says that he didn't call. Yes, he admits that. But he also doesn't want to add more drama to the situation either. And he also said because he was hurt too and how she handled things with him. But she says, him being, or him ignoring her wasn't the part that upset her. Because it was also the part that, like, she was actually trying to call him and he was, like, whatever. But I wrote here, I'm like, she is, like, bawling her eyes out. She is, like Oprah says, she is just having one of the ugliest cries I have ever seen in my entire life over Gary. Like, it's confusing. And he's like, I'm trying to give you space. Don't want to make things worse. And she says, but you don't get to, you're not going to ignore me, Dan. She's literally supposed to be like, you don't get to ignore me, Gary. Like, what the fuck? Daisy, if you love him, just tell him, please, enough. You don't get to freak out like this over your friend not calling you. Jesus fucking Christ. I was so confused during this whole interaction because I'm like, girl, you said you don't want shit to do with Gary. But at the same time, you're bawling because he didn't call you after Colin broke up with you. Like, just what is happening? I'm literally sitting there like, you can't be serious. Like, I would be crying over that because I'm in love with you. Otherwise, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He feels bad for not calling her, being there. He feels bad about it. But if I was him, I would be so confused. If I was him, I'd be like, what's going on here? How do I approach? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you crying because you really sad I didn't call you after the breakup, or are you crying like this? Like, y'all, when I mean crying, I mean like just snots everywhere, tears are flowing. Like, she's a mess. I, I, okay, I was frustrated with her. I was very frustrated with Daisy. Very frustrated because I was like, what is happening? You literally say you're not into him, but then you're like crying because Gary didn't call me. Wait, like, anyway, so the crew is playing Fuck, Marry, Kill. Daisy says she would kill Gary, yet you're crying because he didn't call you, so why would you kill him? I think you need to fuck him and get it over with, personally. Anyway, Danny would fuck Gary, and I wrote, please no. Please no. We can't have this again. We just can't. Poor Emma can't get onto the top bunk. So Daisy ends up taking the top bunk for her because she's like, this is not my bed. So we have a guest showing up, and Cloyce asks Daisy to ask Maria. This brought back to Harry Potter. Anyway, since like we're doing surf and turf and everything, She prefer to have chicken over steak. She doesn't, I guess, eat red meat. And when she does go to ask her, well, everyone decides they want to fix shit up, you know, they want to change it. And everyone's like, oh, can I replace my steak for lamb? Oh, can I have like, I think one person wanted their steak well done, which is okay, fine. That's actually important. One person's like, oh, it's snapper. Can I have that? That sounds great. Can I have lobster and snapper? That's no longer a surf and turf. Do you understand the term surf and turf? Surf and turf means you're gonna go from one is gonna be surf, one's gonna be turf. Like one's gonna be from the sea, one thing's gonna be from the land. You're asking for snapper and lobster, and those are both surf. What the fuck? At least one person who said lamb, okay, that's turf. But I think traditionally, isn't surf and turf supposed to be some sort of like fish, maybe preferably more of like like a um, shellfish type situation, and steak? Like, isn't that more traditional? But fine, fine, fine. If you want to switch it up, fine, fine, fine. But at least where's the surf? Then where's the turf? You know, my girls here will be like, can I have lobster and snapper? Where's okay, all right then. Um, and she goes back to him and she's like, so I did a thing. I'm so sorry. But when I asked Maria about the chicken, everyone else decides they want something a little different. Some people don't know the definition of surf and turf. And then there was one person who said he wanted his steak well done. That's coming back. So we do start sailing. Yay, it's fun, just falling out of cupboards as it always does. Moving on. Then it looks like there won't be enough lobsters. He didn't do enough math to make sure there was enough lobsters. So he has to do one pretty quickly, which I don't think takes long to cook a lobster tail anyways, but like he figured that out. And then the one person who said he wanted his steak well done, he's like, oh Daisy, there's no pink. I actually wanted it medium. You said well done. Motherfucker, you said well done, which means no pink. It's well done. Okay? Poor Cloyce blames himself because he, I guess, maybe did do medium. I don't know. But he says that, oh, it sat too long. Which, yes, if it sits too long, it can then overcook. But it's just like, I swear to God, this guy said well done, not medium. And then he complains that he got a medium steak. These people. Surf and turf my ass. First of all, I mean, at least he got the memo. Surf and turf my ass. Now, I wouldn't do surf and turf. It's too much for me personally, but give me that steak medium, please, because I will eat the hell out of that. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's basically it for this episode. Usually there's not a lot to talk about in this, but when that thing came up between Daisy and Gary, I'm like, okay, guess I'm doing this episode because wow. But that's it for the first episode of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. And the next episode will be Golden Bachelorette episode 3. That will be the next one that we do. So you'll probably get that Monday night sometime. That's the plan. But that is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at reality t times 2 pod. We also have our email, which is at realityt times 2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there. And you can find me there at www.realityt times 2, all spelled out, dot podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Week Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.